Hey there team, and welcome to what I expect is a 3v2 on Rivendell. Now this is of course the current Rivendell. I'm sure we will get the other Rivendell back very soon, but I've never actually played on this one or had a battle in it, so I thought I might as well sort of get one done. And this is Bilbo sent this one in, so he's actually done this battle. The link to his video will be in the description up there if you want to check that out. I'll probably be chatting away a bit about that as we go, but yeah, it's a nice little map. It does look very good. There are some weird like pathfinding situations that are going to be going on, but you know, we'll cross those when we come to them. He's playing as Gondor, which I think is a solid faction for a siege. You know, I like Gondor in a field battle. I like them in a siege too. I think a lot of people sort of overlook their potential. But yeah, Gondorian spears, nice and armoured up. Then Gondorian archers there, and Gondorian spears. Actually saying that, I think the last siege I posted up was a full Gondor attack. So yeah, perhaps I should eat that. But anyway, Nimlothian Honor Guard there. The Marksmen of Caer Andros, Gondorian infantry, lots and lots. Gondorian archers again, Citadel Guard, Fountain Guard, Citadel Guard. Double Fountain Guard is a very sound strategy, and lots of archers, veterans of Osgiliath here even. So I think everything that can receive an armor upgrade for Bilbo has. He's going to need to make sure he uses up his ammunition. If he doesn't, then that's going to be a big issue. Over here we have Mordor, played by Blue Ranger, who actually has got his army set up really nicely. Whenever people do this, I'll tend to just rattle through it first. Orc fodder there, Moranon archers, Orc Javies, Blackguard of Barad-dûr, lots of maulers there, Moranon guard, halberds, troll drummers, captains, Nazgul, catapult, and the executioners with that armor upgrade. I'm really glad that we're not seeing many archers from Blue Ranger. As I say, Gondor on the attack can take a hell of a lot of archers, and they're decent archers, but and he has done today, of course, so we really don't need too many more. We've got Godsey, who I've never seen before, playing as Dorwinon. Again, we might see a lot of archers from them. We've got the Glade Masters and the Hammer Guard. In the back there, the Glade Lords. Oh dear, unless we've got a sally going on, we're not going to get any use from cavalry on this map. Elvelyn infantry, marksmen and marksmen. Merquendi bows, more Merquendi bows. Vineguard, and infantry. Yeah, Godsey's being really careful about, you know, a possible cav sally. I don't see cav sallies being possible here, really. Like, I mean, it's possible, but I would be so ill-advised. And the thing I'd really worry about for Godsey is if we end up getting a catapult volley coming from within the fort. So we'll go in 2 times speed for a second. I think there is probably a little bit of shuffling around, so I'll just have it at 1 speed once the deployment actually finishes. Oh shoot, of course, the defenders will have to do their full deployment. I probably should have just stuck on 2 times for that full time. But anyway, I think aesthetically this version of Rivendell does look really good. We do just have to imagine that the surroundings are very mountainous there, which they are, but they'll be a lot more close in. But yeah, still, the only thing I'd worry is that if the defenders were off the belief that we had the other Rivendell, which cavalry can be useful on that version of the map, whereas here it's just not going to be a thing. Something that I am wondering about is, because of how tightly packed those defending armies are going to be, perhaps the amount of archers that the attackers have brought will be useful? Maybe. And now the big thing is going to be for the attackers as well, not just using up all of their ammunition. Okay, we've immediately got fire going off. Yeah, let's go to 0.1 speed then. It's going to be trying to make sure that we use up the orcs first. So inside we have Mirko playing as Cardolan, and his ally K.E. Mob playing as Isengard. Again, never seen K.E. Mob. So he's got his sharpshooters, great for that. Oh, very good for that Gondorian armor. Guardians, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a mess, but yeah, Isengard's got their infantry there. We're seeing some Greenway Garrison archers too. Guildsmen, captains. Yeah, more armor piercing, more and more armor piercing from Cardolan. Gwathlo trackers there. The berserkers, captains with their oh, no armor upgrade. Interesting, Mirko. Dear, unfortunately we do have some royal court, and I really don't know why we put down those stakes, dude. Yeah, I think a lot of people just have this impulse, like, oh, I'm just going to put down stakes. It's not a good idea a lot of the time. Wardens of Tir and Gorthad there, and more mercenary guildsmen. And then down here, looks like Isengard's taking over the responsibility for this section with his infantry, his Bane Guard, more and more infantry, pikes, and even some raiders, and of course the Trolls of the White Hand. So this is going to be a bit of a slugfest, I think. Dunedain Rangers up there. Yeah, the defenders are not really going to be able to do anything too fancy with their archers, I don't think. I'm trying to sort of work out how I would defend this. It wouldn't be easy. I don't know if we can get archers up on this level, and even if we could, in all honesty, they have no cover. So, oh dear, yeah, these shots are coming straight into the blob. We need to sort of spread out. Not that there really is anywhere to spread out, but we need to grab units and take them back here into the center. I would have definitely had a grace period myself at the start of this battle, just because the defenders wouldn't really be able to properly deploy until after the deployment phase. There's lots of times where you've not really got the full movement when you're deploying. So yeah, I think I would have given them a bit of a grace, but oh well, you know, cruel attackers today. I really like this little bridge leading up here. Of course, it's just for show, but it's very pretty. We'll try and maybe, I'll get a picture right now just so that I don't accidentally forget. That's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah, nice. I always like to just get buildings just in case nothing else jumps out at me. So as I say, I think it's a good idea to wait for Mordor. Mordor has the Orcish numbers, and, you know, all those Mordor forces do have some armor, so they can tank a lot of damage. But if Godsey comes in first with his Avelan infantry, they can take a beating as well. And that leaves the Orc Maulers free and clear then to come hacking down into these heavily armoured defenders. Have we gone into a bit of a grace now? So, with the Royal Court, I mean, cheapers, if this whole thing is cleared out, you can get a little bit of a charge back and forth in here, but they're not going to allow you to do that for very long. You're going to get one charge, maybe. You couldn't escape now. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but I think cavalry is just a poor shout. Maybe something like the Champions of the White Hand could have been an idea, but even then, probably not. Again, more firepower coming in here. More arrow fire, I should say. So yeah, something I was going to say. Bilbo has been working away on his little, or well, it's quite big. What's it called? The Ultimate Compilation mod. It's not Ultimate Compilation, it's Ultimate, shoot, I really should have looked into the name of that, sorry about it. But yeah, there is a mod, sort of as a Reforged Plus mod that he's been developing for a little while now, and it is coming along, so I would definitely recommend people check that out. I will be popping a link in the description about it, if people do want to give it a check. This is of course done on the standard Reforged, though. So no dramatic changes there. But if anybody does want to see a few extra units added in, Bilbo does have a few little changes to factions and, you know, added various units, some models from Divide and Conquer, and the like have been thrown on in there. So I would definitely want to at least have a look, or have a check out of Bilbo's channel where he has got a few battles from his mod set up already. Blue Ranger's coming around, but yeah, I would definitely just recommend to the attackers, just use up your ammunition at first. This catapult as well. Yeah, that catapult's going to be very damaging on the inside of the walls. But, oh well, where there would be walls. But right now, yeah, the attackers are really getting a lot of use out of their archers. K-Mob is shrugging his guys away. There's just not... I think with this map, it really is more of a... like a 1v2 type situation. I really think that having two defenders inside here is frightening. We need some of Cardolan's archers, which we do have over here, ready to open up into, oh yeah, Gondorian archers. They can take skirmish fire all day. And now shunting himself into this corner, he's buying... Oh no, I think he can come up here, and then he takes this route across that bridge, and then he can arrive. Oh, I like this little bridge too. Yeah, it's really pretty. Some of the models we have for this. I don't know when this map was made, but it's quite good. Still, these pikes are being exposed. The Trolls of the White Hand are a bit bloodied now. Thing about the Trolls of the White Hand, they're very nicely armored, and they do have that shield value. If they could take that fire from the front, they could, it could be quite a cost-effective exchange, but yeah. No, being shot in the back, though, is pretty painful. And unfortunately, damn, is it? I don't think this is really blocking any arrows. We'll just go into 2 times speed as the attackers really use up their ammunition. I think that the defenders, they do have some archers, but not enough to scare off these units. And I think they are just going for more of a tank the damage approach, which is really their only option. It's just if I was doing that, I would want to get some more units maybe a little bit further back, hiding them up here. Because right now, too much is taking damage. This is really the way that I'm taking a lot of provinces in the Divide and Conquer campaign, just forcing the enemy to hold their back lines and then just use up all of my ammunition on them. But hey, if Mirko can keep them opening up onto his Greenway Garrison archers, then that's not too bad. These pikes have spread out, but that's still, if you can get that close, as close as these archers from Gondor have gotten, then yeah, that's not anything that can really, yeah, spreading out is not going to be enough. I'm just having a look, maybe, no, with all the stakes around and all the spears, there's just no real benefit from the cav. I would maybe be tempted to come out though. Okay, these archers are out of ammunition. He's actually been targeting the Mirkwindi bows, which is a good shout. They're actually done now too. So as much as the defenders have suffered, that's about all the ammunition from Dorwinon expended. And Bilbo's fired off quite a few shots too. So we'll see what they want to do. Do they have enough? Yeah, they've got heaps of rams. They've only really got 2 entrances in. I would definitely recommend coming in both. The defenders could definitely still turn this around if they're able to keep you concentrated and then pour their own fire into you, because as I say, they've really not used up too much of it. So let's settle ourselves up here again and go back to 2 times speed. Looks like Bilbo is moving around with his archers again. What's coming over here? Yeah, K-Mob is backed up here. This is where I would have maybe wanted to come up a little bit sooner as a thing. Oh, yeah, I guess these distances are closer than you'd think. What are we firing into, though? I don't... Oh, veterans. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, sure. I think shooting into the veterans is a fair shout, even with their shields. It's they're pretty effective in melee. So, yeah, if you can get some crossbow fire onto them, that's fair enough. Saying that, though, have we... Where are those bolts landing? Yeah, a few of them are hitting here and there. Yeah, and these guys are dropping. That's fair enough. They're going to get responded to, though. The Rangers taking that. Yeah, Mirko showing some discipline. Definitely don't want to be firing off your Rangers right now. I'd probably just sacrifice that territory, yeah, and see if Isengard has anything more to put in. Nah, it doesn't. I see very few archers for the defenders. And Mirko's being very, very careful with the bolts that he does have. He wants to try and use them when the enemy is much more bunched up, or perhaps use them on the, you know, the beefy orcs. Dine Rangers coming back out of the center. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to get some shuffling. What I would probably do with Mordor, it does kind of look like that's what Blue Ranger's doing. I would probably split my army in half and really have half coming in either side, whereas Gondor comes in one, Dorwinon comes in the other. Just so that both sides are supported a little bit. Oh, they took down the gate with catapult fire. I'd probably just saved all my catapult shots, in all honesty. Oh dear, yeah, you see, this is, if we get some fiery balls right into the center there, this could be curtains for the defenders. You know, I think they can be quite grateful that the attackers have chosen to try and take down the gates with their catapult right now. Oh, Godsea is coming around. Interesting, that. Wonder what they're thinking there. Over here we have Oh yeah, once again. No, he's blasting down the gate with his catapult. Marksman being used to push up the ram, but it's not really going to be necessary in a minute. So many poor Uruk-hai corpses. Just got to take all of this fire still, as the Gondorian archers continue to pour shots into you. So that's saying popped that gate open. And yeah, well, yeah, so that's all the business they need from the rams. I would definitely want to just get those rams out of there. A lot of people like to be clever and use their rams to try and like burst open enemy formations. That very rarely is a good idea. I would just not recommend it. It's just not going to work out for you. Sometimes I've seen moderate like use, but it seems to be 9 times out of 10 it just gets in the way. Pushing through again, these Helvellyn marksmen totally unaided though is the thing. Like, I know that Godsea's thinking that they're just totally fodder at this point, but having them just charge in by themselves like that, they're just going to get busted up and then chased away, and they're not really going to be giving their full use. Saying that though, I think we have somebody shooting at them. We did for a moment. Good that that's stopped. Yeah, because these Helvellyn marksmen, they're all almost dead now, and they're going to end up breaking. They'll do a little bit of damage to the trolls, but the thing with these, like, Western Kingdom of Men archers, you know, the marksmen, usually, are, you know, like, they can do something in melee with that armor. I wouldn't really be wanting to send them in the way that they have been just there. I think they are just sort of being fed to the defenders. Gondorian spears would stand an awful lot better. The issue with the defenders as tightly packed as they are, that's going to be a big morale shock to any attacking force that comes on in. Yeah, these marksmen done. Don't know really what they've achieved with that. Yeah, they've scratched a few ankles from the Trolls of the White Hand. I know Godsey wouldn't have expected much from them anyway, but still, maybe not something I would have taken. Yeah. Oh, and they've made the Uruk-hai pikemen tighten their ranks, which does give the Mornon archers a much better shot. Merquindi bows, they'll do a little bit better up against these forces in melee, but still, I just don't know if... Oh, that's 2 full units. Well, not 2 full, but 2 half-decently sized units. So, I was about to say, you know, it's another unit coming in by themselves, but it's certainly not alone. This is definitely going to, yeah, absorb a bit of fire, though. Greenwood Garrison archers, maybe? Nah, they're almost out of the way. Looks like one unit is just being sent into the blender there, while the other is trying to charge around. Really don't like the idea of that. Yeah, I would have definitely sort of turned and tried to just face these guys. It is just looking like they're being used as fodder, sort of arrow bait right now. And that's not what you want to use your elves for. You know, not when you've got heavily armored humans or goblins and orcs to just take the heat for you. Minhiriath boys standing their ground there. Nice little... Is that looking particularly elven? Yeah, it does actually. Nice. Wasn't too sure if that would just sort of be the same sort of model that we see in a lot of human settlements, but no, he's looking elven. Very good. What's that horn from? Don't know. I do hope we get one really nice charge from the Royal Court. I just don't see when that's going to happen. Orc fodder coming in. I'd say just a little bit late, maybe. Just not really enough coordination from the boys, I think. These Merquindi bows coming back. These ones have actually reached the front lines, but up against those Uruk-hai infantry, they'll actually kill a few, but no, not really enough there. I just don't know what purpose they're serving. Being as lightly armoured as they are, they do go down really just easy to any sort of fire. It's nice to see the trolls being used sort of on the front lines. Allowing the, oh yeah, because if you can sort of fire in amongst your own trolls, and because they are a much sort of smaller target than you'd think. I'd love to get a few more defenders down this area. I know that that's just bait for the enemy archers, but yeah, I just feel that these pikes are not long for this world, as Godsey has gotten around the back of them and is slicing them up. I'd love to see a bit of pressure coming on this gate now, though, because we're starting to get a little bit harder on one side. Marksman Kirandros. Are they out of ammo? No, not yet. Another unit coming on forward. Gondor infantry standing by. What we got? Orc Maulers actually really enjoying that fight. Up against nice beaten down Trolls of the White Hand. I could see those Orc Maulers doing some good work. What is the catapult up to here, Blue Ranger? I'm unsure what this is about. But we do have the Olakai. Actually, sorry, Troll Drummers, not Olakai. We do want those Troll Drummers forward, though, so the Orc Fodder and the Orc Maulers do fight to the last. But I think those Trolls are going to be going down. Those Maulers are quite a good shout. And the Gondorian Spears can take a good beating. So, how is that catapult making it through? It's very strange. But it's made it. Still more arrow fire into the Berserkers. Really not what you want to see as a defender. Kirandros, Marksman Kirandros. They're firing straight through the gate, actually. Again, into the clumped up, unshielded Dunedain captains. Which is not good for them. There's just not anywhere to really hide your troops. I think this is much more of a 1v2 type settlement. Or at least a very, very small. So probably Imladris, in all honesty. You'd want to be relying on something like Imladris to defend their homeland rather than a much beefier army, numbers-wise. It could also be a 3v2, but just with a lot less resources. That's something that I think we should experiment a bit more with. Just trying out, different money amounts, maybe a bit less here and there. Just have these smaller battles. And of course, smaller unit sizes too on some maps would be nice. But Bilbo is getting a good shot through there. And yeah, just continuing to pound them. It'd almost be worth it to come for an infantry sally at this point, because everybody's clumping up over on that side, and they're only really leaving Spears, Marksmen, Fodder over here. If you came screaming out, you could deal with those Marksmen, deal with those Spears, and then the Royal Court are free. They're out. Bilbo seems to be sending even more. Yeah, I'd be really tempted to come out with something like the Mercenary Guildsmen. Backed up by something else, the Dunedain Captains and another unit, maybe the Uruk-hai Infantry or something. You could hand these guys their ass. I guess the Glade Lords are lurking around, yeah. And the Glade Lords are knights, whereas the Royal Court are just very heavy lancers. So that is denying you that ability. Uruk Captains close by. That's not where the General is, but the Uruk Captains are there. I do like the Uruk Captains. Yeah, I actually always take my General in with the Uruk Captains. I don't tend to take, like, Nazgul when I'm playing as Mordor. I tend to be very, very Horde-focused Mordor. And I like to stick to the Uruk Captains as my leadership structure. It feels quite cool and cinematic for me that way. Still Trolls of the White Hand showing their resilience as they beat these guys back, but they're surrounded by far too much evil now, or evil and good, depending on who you think are the good guys in this fight. We've got the Groomy Garrison Archers set up. Yeah, they're a much more beaten unit now, so they've got a bit of ammunition to spend. I'm really impressed with Mirko getting his guys that tightly wrapped around the edge. That's a good position, dude. Very well done. Surprised he's not unleashing a bit of fire, but I guess he is waiting for something. Of course, with those sharpshooters, if they do decide to start firing arrows at them, they can shrug off so much of that damage. But no, good positioning from Mirko. Guildsmen running on through here. But there's still some there's still some Merquindi bows standing their ground. Killed quite a few of the Uruk-hai infantry. But Mirko's coming in with his mercenary guildsmen to reinforce this line. Great up against the Elvelian units, who rely a lot on that armor. But we really need to stop this catapult. Sharpshooters raining hell in now. We'll maybe grab a quick image of that. Just another thing to look through, perhaps. But those Uruk captains would definitely be some good shooting, especially shooting them from the right side. That is where he's going for. Great stuff. Poor Uruk captains, yeah, a lot of them dropped there. A lot of them very bloodied now. Holy smokes. Yeah, they're going to be useful, and they're armor piercing in melee. They're not just a little standard men-at-arms unit. Oh god, yeah, they're shagged. They are absolutely shagged there. More sharpshooter fire. Oh, dearie me. Rip in peace. But yeah, Mirko is using up his ammunition though, and this is what Mordor's for. You know, if Mordor can get in there and use up their ammo, then their allies can come in with the real heavy hitters after. So Blue Ranger is, you know, using his orcs the way that he kind of needs to. There's nothing here now. I guess it's just the Glade Lords keeping them inside. I'd be really tempted to do something aggressive here. Just keep the enemy on their toes. But the fact that they are just coming in one side is... Oh, goodness. Yeah, they're going to be pressuring that side too. Maybe... What could be great is if they hit them there and then they come in through the main gate. Right. I hope we're about to see something good here. But I don't think we're going to be able to pick up the speed. If this was flat ground, maybe. But the fact that we've got a little hill to deal with, I don't think we're going to get it. Come on. 107. Nah, they didn't get it down. So they were just... They're still... Just the sheer mass of the horse is going to be unpleasant. That wasn't great. Nah, try and get out, see if you can do something again. But that's... It was a good catch. It was a good catch, but maybe if you could have got them a little earlier or something. It's a shame. Still... Bit of shooting being done. Sharpshooters reloading there. What are you going for? Halberds? Not a bad idea. Ah, no, they were going into the back of those Mornon units. Which would be quite brutal for them. Orc Maulers there broken, trying to run away. Definitely none of them are getting out of this fight, though. They are getting grabbed. So withstanding all that fire early on has left the defenders in a really good position with their bolts. And this is about, yeah, because Mirko has been able to press himself right up against the edge here, he has got... you know, a gift of a position. You couldn't really ask for much more than this. Those catapult crew down to 13 now. Gondorians having to push up this slope, very tightly packed. Yavel and Marksman there, actually really doing a good job securing this. Sort of wrapping around the side like that. Allowing them to sort of get in and attack the enemy from, well, a good curve. But no, the Gondorians are shaking here. Everybody's shaking here. Do we have any morale buffers? I mean, the only real morale buffer we have is getting a general close by, and we don't really want to do that right now. We don't really have the drummers to rely on. The Hammer Guard emerged, and they came forward, but we have seen how much damage they just took from that crossbow volley. Down to 36. Not the Hammer Guard of old. The Yavel and Hammer Guard used to not have a shield, so oh my god. Ouch. Down to 28 now. I was feeling doubtful, but in all honesty, if Mirko keeps his head on, he might be able to pull this out for the defenders. And again, Royal Court. Don't know what they were trying to do there. Maybe. I mean, morale breaking for a few of these guys, no doubt. But yeah, Blue Ranger is trying to come up here and pressure this side off the line. Just not really let them have this safe zone. Marksman came around our side of ammo, along with the Gondorian spears. I'd be tempted to maybe just charge across that bridge, get a hit. But no, there's no point. The spears would get you. And nah, you'd really have to get Bilbo just not looking at his forces. Which, if he's micromanaging this attack over here, it might not be too not be too unlikely. Mercenary Guildsmen, great little armor-piercing maces, perfect for the Elvelyn units and the Gondorians, in all honesty, and a good unit to fight alongside the Uruk-hai infantry. But that morale is going to be a little bit shaky. You'll definitely want to get one of Cardolan's morale buffers closer, if they have any to spare. But there were a few Dunedain captains. I'd maybe want to get them pressed up into this little corner, just to provide a morale buff to the front line. Make sure that you're not going to have a sudden break that really ruins you. And seeing those Uruk-hai crossbows on the front line is a bit disheartening. We would have hoped to see them fire off a few more shots, but we've still got a little bit left from the sharpshooters, I'm sure. They'll be waiting for some elite units, and then we've not even touched the gatekeepers. Oh, hearing that. No, I thought they had received an order, but no, the gatekeepers are waiting. Gwathlo trackers opening up into... Oh, just into the side of these halberds. Good stuff. Mornon archers still trying to unleash a bit of fire. Spearmen pulled back now. Yeah, getting pretty exhausted here. So just because of how sort of tightly packed this situation is and how good the enemy's shooting arcs over you, it could turn quite messy. Blue Rangers set up his halberds there, but they were wavering before anybody even touched them in melee. So that scares me. They didn't really get properly set up. What was going on there, boys? You were given every opportunity. Okay, no, they set up now, and they have absolutely ravaged those poor guildsmen. We really could do with a pike. Yeah, or... What could be great here is get those spears. Now, this would be a bit micro-intensive, but get those spears, get them in shield wall formation, sort of blast through that to just ruin the formation of the phalanx, and then just tear them apart. But, as I say, it's micro-intensive, and Mirko's going to be looking 100 different places right now. Poor bloodied berserkers. Dunedain captains moving forward now. As I say, I'd love to see them over there, but I don't know where they're going to end up right now. They've just, yeah, they're marching right on in, but they're going to get stabbed from both sides here, and they're already wavering, and that's with the troll drummers right behind them. I think they're going to end up breaking before they really get anything done. They're enjoying that fight against the Vanguard, though. Is KE Mob here? Please, start giving out some instructions, Isengard. Your Uruk-hai need you. And yeah, if you can just take that fire to your trackers and your garrison archers, I think Mirko can be happy about that. Oh, I like that. They just sort of run in through here. But yeah, so the Minotaur Roman Gatekeepers are coming on forward now. It looks like this force here was out of ammo. Yeah, they're being sent on forward. But again, it's more macemen. More macemen to fight against the Gondorians, who are flooding forward here and actually succeeding. Taking fire, though. Is that Ranger fire? Yes, good. That's Ranger fire. Heavily armoured, as most Gondorians are when they've got their armor upgrades. But, so, I mean, Rangers are not going to be super powerful against them, but when you've got this big a clump together, it's definitely worth the shot. Halberd's coming on up, but it's pretty weird ground. I don't know if a phalanx is really going to be what you need. Those crossbowmen are going to provide some resilience, but it's the sharpshooters we need to get forward. Start hammering in, breaking that armor down. Zooming back on over. Still no pressure being applied on this bridge, which is strange to me. Maybe it's a bit of a weird bridge and you kind of... Yeah, I mean, maybe they're having a bit of trouble crossing it. I don't know. Don't know what would be the case. Drummers, they're broken. Yeah, they're not locked morale. Most trolls are, but the troll drummers are not. So, poor guy there. He is going to be blasted down by a Vanguard. His stats are very low when he's sort of routing. Who's fighting there? A few of these halberds even sort of breaking through. What the hell's going on with that? Oh well, yeah. They're getting minced all the same. Guildsmen standing their ground there, and that's exposing the attacker's side. If the momentum breaks on this attack, I don't know if they'll be able to reform it. Right now they're having some good success, and those sharpshooters are actually being far less effective on the front line than I imagined. I guess it's just fighting up against the Gondorian infantry. Even being armor piercing is not enough. Because, well, their armor is still very effective, but they are still disciplined professional soldiers either way. Maybe you'd want... I'd love an elite unit over here. I mean, what's the enemy going to do? You know, they can't shoot down an elite unit. They can't really get that catapult used properly. Oh, they're about to bust through you with a blackguard. This next unit of sharpshooters is coming on forward in melee. Gatekeepers are alright. Guildsmen... What the... Just kill this troll drummer! He's trying to run away still, but he's just bam, bam, bam. That's the general in with the Hearthguard. As I say, that's always where I like to put him. So trackers holding their shots. Yeah, the defenders have just managed to keep this as like a one choke point push. And even as bloodied as they were from the early stages of the game, if you're only pushing through one choke point, if you're only having to hold one choke point, it's going to really work out nicely for you. The Blackguard, though, are breaking through this, and we need more lines here. We need these spearmen forward. We need an Uruk-hai infantry to come in and brace, because this is such a nice tight position. We don't want them to spread it out. Yeah, that's them busted open. We needed this unit of spears there. We needed more there. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, they're just throwing those poor Uruk-hai and men of Cardolan around as if they're weightless. Of course, not killing them all, but it'd be funny to see somebody like end up dropping and get like glitched out over there, falling onto the bridge. Just got thrown that far. But Blue Ranger has performed a very nice charge, and yeah, just breached all the way through. I guess they were... Yeah, because they kind of just reinforced this line. I guess they just decided they were going to lose that. I would have wanted to hold them there, in all honesty. I felt that was a bit nicer, but... Hey, you know, it should work out okay. As the push has been blunted now by the wall of spears and Urukai in front of them. And after they sort of breached that first line, their momentum really stops anyway. They really need to sort of reform before they're able to crack through another. They've taken a lot of losses too. Unless they pull out, then that's going to be gone. But that was actually only one unit. That was only one unit of Blackguard there that did that. So there is still a fresh unit in reserve. Standing their ground here. Yes, nothing is really going on over on this front. Minotaur Roman gatekeepers opening up. Yeah, just firing wildly into the line. Oh, that's a big break. That's a lot of broken Gondorians. Holy smokes. 17. Yeah, they're going to come back. They will definitely come back, but that is a lot of momentum absolutely destroyed. The veterans of Osgiliath are going to try their best there, but now that they've really sort of clogged them around from both sides, this is really a benefit to allowing them to push on in. You've been able to sort of flank around them like that. So maybe I am going to be eating my words about letting them take that first section. Sharpshooters is a messy fight. It's a very, very messy fight. But it's looking like it is going in favour of the defenders there. What we got? Pushing up here. Are there still many? I think Dol Amroth is just about... Okay, 100, 108 of Ellen. And there's still a lot outside. Okay. Yeah, it's time for them to get a lot of troops moved up by the looks of things. They actually pulled out their Hammer Guard. And good thing the Glade Masters didn't go in, because the Glade Masters would have gotten ravaged. Still the Hearthguard up here, not quite damaging archers, but nice accurate guys. They can use fire ammunition if you don't have your general in there, but I always put my general in there. Royal Court, anything you want to do? Maybe. To be honest, what would be really nice if you can get across there and you get a charge into the Blackguard. It's a very short distance charge, but it could work. Could be nice. But anyway, maybe it would be a bit clunky and... Okay, it's what Mirko's doing. I like this. One good charge. Like, if they get one beautiful hit against such a tightly packed unit. Blue Ranger's seeing it, though. He is seeing it, and he's going to try and stop it. No, he's not taking it. That's... Oh, wait. He is? Okay. Okay. Are you bottling it? Yeah, no, you are. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. He could do some damage, but he would need to make sure they get their lances down. If they didn't, then that unit's going to be absolutely like messed up in melee. Yep, these Gondorians have turned around now, but they're tired. They're going to be later to the fight. A lot of the time when a unit pulls out, I like just leave it, and if I've got a fresh unit nearby, which he does, yeah, we could maybe get something else. I'd get a unit of Fountain Guard in there myself. Well, no, I wouldn't. The Gatekeepers. Totally forgot about the Gatekeepers for a second. I'd want to get a unit of Fountain Guard in there, but no, the Gatekeepers would change my mind about that. But without the Fountain Guard, it's going to be tough. Because the attackers just... Well, sorry, the defenders just have a nice mixture here to hold them back. It's such a weird amalgamation. Usually you've got like silver on one side and black on the other, but this with Gondor and Mordor on one side, we have like a silver and a grey, and then we've got Cardolan and an Isengard on the other, so we have another silver and grey. So it really is messy. It's just humans and then their chosen ally, chosen orcish ally, fighting humans and their chosen orcish ally, plus some elves from the Far East too, who they've just sort of convinced have some nice wine inside of Rivendell, so they're coming on over to have a taste. Gondorian archers coming on up, but yeah, like wavering. As I say, I like to just leave these guys out because they're already messed up, like they're exhausted. So I think you can just sort of maybe leave them, but just send something in their place. We're getting some shots on the right flank though. What's that from? Catapult crew running away there, you can see. Mordor archers, it's nice. It's a really nice position, especially you're shooting them in the right side, so any shield value is not going to come into effect. But I think all of our like really damaging archers are gone. Oh god, what's going on, Royal Court? I didn't actually see what they ended up doing, but whatever it did, or whatever it was, it didn't really work out. I mean, maybe they hit the archers. That's possibly what happened. All in all, that I think is them just about done. A few maybe made it out. I thought I saw 12. No, I don't see any more horsemen. So I think that's oh no. Still 7 of them actually. Dear me, where they all hiding, I wonder. Oh, they can potter back and forth. You don't really want to be using the Blackguard as men-at-arms there, which is what Merkel forced him to do with the Guildsmen, but now he's pulling them back and they're going to be replaced by the Elvelyn infantry, so it's not a bad idea there. Hammer Guard are inside the walls now too. Yeah, you see what Merkel's got here with his Guildsmen, you know, they routed back, so he's just kind of having them rest for a minute. They're very tired. These infantry are very tired. Just, you know, send in a fresh unit of spears. Just let these guys chill out for a minute. I wish it was something that you were, like, because I think it's such a cool, like, idea, just pulling your units away from the front line for a little while to rest them. But in Medieval 2, it takes so long to rest a unit. If you get exhausted, you've got to have that unit sitting there for like 20 minutes before they're back to being like fresh or you know, warmed up. It's and that's not really something you can do. I really wish they got their energy back just a little bit faster. I don't want it to be coming back as fast as it does in like Warhammer, but yeah, it just, I feel it comes back really, really slowly, and it's just never really something you can pull off effectively. Dunedain captains, they are in the fight. I don't see them, but I saw them pop up on the, no, they're somewhere. Oh, yeah, there's a few of them there. So they're on the sidelines, but that does mean that the Cardolan forces should be pretty stubborn there. The Dunedain captains have, I think, the best morale buff out of all of the Cardolan morale buffers, but it's just the shortest range around them. Whereas the Hearthguard of Amon Sul, they have 100 meter range. They're the same as a troll drummer. So they're a good just overall morale buff, whereas the Dunedain captains are right there. Good. They're actually a little bit further back, which I like. The Dunedain rangers are in there now too. Oh, I love that. Okay, good. This might be exactly what the attackers need to break this really rough stalemate. Yeah, okay. That's coming in not too bad there. That javelin fire. And there's no real counter to it right now. No ranged counter to it. They've kind of just got to wait for the javelins to be used up. There's no Keldrin River Patrol from the Dorwinon boys. So no, like these are the only javs that we've got. And no Pilgrim Marines? Did we not see? I don't think we saw any Pilgrim Marines. So yeah, these are the only jabs. I'm sure the attackers would kind of wish they had a few more javelins right now, because this is a nice little position for them. The Blue Ranger has discovered. It's always kind of fun to play on these maps I've just got no experience with, because people are doing things and I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty smart. Never seen that before. This Dunedain captain unit, a bit bloody, definitely taking a bit of fire, but that looks like it's coming on over. Sure, they can still be useful in melee. And, you know, that morale buff again, it I don't think it stacks. But yeah, if they can get that one over here. Yeah, we can see these Gondorians are pushing a little bit deeper in now, alongside a few of these Orc Maulers too. Orc Maulers cracking into the half-orc Bane Guard. Bane Guard are of course a little bit more impressive than the Orc Maulers, but still, they'll take a bit of damage from that. I'm sure that Merkel would love to just unload his shots into here, but he just doesn't have the ammunition to spare. Greenwood Garrison Archers might just shooting them in the back here, but I guess he's waiting for something a bit more fragile to appear. And the Gatekeepers too. I don't know if I'd have this sort of patience. I know he needs to. Oh, and it's the Nazgul as well. Where are the Nazgul? Or Blue Ranger. Have they already been sent in? Are they already... Yeah, I think the Nazgul are probably fighting somewhere in that blob. So that's why we have not seen them. That's the thing about the Nazgul, because it is such a small unit, you can kind of just have it in mixing amongst something, and you don't really see them. They could already be dead. They could have been Merkel's like first target with his crossbows. They would have been mine. But the Temple Executioners are still out there. and they are not going to be fun to deal with. Even the Dunedain captains would fall to them, especially without an armor upgrade, and with the Executioners with an armor upgrade. What we got coming up now? Orc Javies there out of ammo, just being a little orc fodder now, but hey, numbers are numbers, alongside some Elvelyn infantry. More on archers coming on over here now, out of ammunition. Again, very, the defenders must be very pleased with that. Hammer guards standing their ground. Infantry, it looks like the defenders, well sorry, the attackers are really just pouring everything they have into that other attack. The hammer guard here, oh sorry, the hammers, warhammers, Tharbad warhammers. I would love to see the Elvelyn hammer guard and the Tharbad warhammers go toe to toe. I know they're different sorts of units with the two-handed versus the one-handed hammer and shield, but that'd be a nice little mix-up. I don't know who would win. I don't actually know the exact stats of the Elvelyn hammer guard, so I might actually do a little muckabout test with that. Just we can never get a too confirmed a test, but it's fun to play around sometimes. That's another little break there. I didn't see exactly who broke, but it was something orcish. Veterans of Osgiliath are still alive. They're still in the fight. Goodness me, so many Dunedain captains to blitz through here. But they're gaining ground. Do we have anything more to shove in? Yeah, you can see these guildsmen they're tired now. All that time, they've only gone from very tired to tired. And yeah, well, these infantry, I think they've gone from very tired to winded, though, so it's not so bad. I'd love to get something else in here, though. Warns of Tyr and Gorthag could maybe come around. Maybe the Berserkers, in all honesty, I'd get the Berserkers around that other side. Tharbad Warhammers there cracking into the Elvelyn infantry. Not going to have too much trouble with that. The Sharpshooters, oh sorry, those Minheriath Spears here too. Good, the Hammer Guard, the Elvelyn Hammer Guard are coming on forward. So I think we will get the Hammer Bowl going on in a minute. But I'd get those Uruk-hai infantry running on over here in all honesty. Well, we need something. Because they're about to bust through this line. And when they do that, they're going to be unleashed upon us on this side, and that's not going to be pretty. So I would unload a bit of fire, maybe. Hearthguard of Amon Sul, they're firing in. Looks like the guildsmen are coming on over, just to provide a bit more rigidity to that. Hearthguard opening up. Yeah, I'd probably try to just get the Hearthguard ammunition used up to use them in melee soon. I know it's going to expose your general to the fighting, but in a siege defense, you're not as worried about that. Yeah, I think that you're going to need those 63 2-hit point spearmen on the front line soon enough. Gatekeepers actually firing into the backs. Oh god, are they getting a back shot on the Hammer Guard? I think they are. And yeah, that's super duper actually. Real good, real good. Elvelyn infantry actually broken, and they're running through the defenders' lines, and that's going to leave the Hammer Guard totally without aid. Oh, poor guys. I don't think escape is an option. They're getting shot by the crossbowmen. I'd hold my fire now. There's not enough of them, and the Tharbad Warhammers are there. Yeah, they're goners, and once again, an attack on this side has just been sent packing. Attackers running away there. Rushing on forward. This catapult getting in the way a little. It's not enough concern really. It's pretty negligible. If it was a little bit closer to the front, I could see that catapult being a real pain in the ass. But yeah, standing their ground there. Good, good, good. Oh no, the Greenwood Garrison Archers are out of ammo. I really like that. Is it part of their helmet or is it part of their collar? It's part of their collar, that sort of like golden writing there. I think if I really like the Greenway Garrison like archers and footmen and spearmen. They look really cool. I just wish I used them more. I wish I could use them in my Cardolan armies. But they're just not a unit that's really fit for my playstyle. Hearthguard are out of ammo now, so they can come on charging in if they need to. Goodness me, this guy's very bloodied. But yeah, so they could go and jump into a fight somewhere. Gatekeepers, they've still got a little bit more to go, but they're perfect halberdiers after that, even without that armor upgrade. Now, there's nothing over here, but since we've lost the royal court. Now he wouldn't have given up that position if the royal court were still in play. He's only doing that now because there's no more cavalry to worry about. But interesting that these Uruk-hai raiders are still in the back here. I'd probably send them on in at this point. Guess there's no point in just like filling out the line for the sake of it. You want to make sure you can respond to the Blackguard, who are coming forward now. Okay then. Grathlo Tracker's trying to thin out the line before the Blackguard arrive. Hearthguard waiting to respond to that charge. Grathlo Tracker's just trying to do their best. Are the gatekeepers opening up? They are. Right into the back of that Blackguard? No! Into the Temple Executioners. Perfect. Every time I'm like, yeah, okay, Mirku's going to fire at this, he's got a much better target in mind, so he is showing his skill there. Even one good, clean shot from the gatekeepers into a unit as powerful as the Temple Executioners is upsetting. You don't want to see that. You want them to be reaching the front line in their full strength. But yeah, here we go. Smashing these units around. Gaining a hell of a lot of ground. As I say, this is why I feel that they're my favourite pushing unit. Actually, in all honesty, I think my favourite pushing unit is probably the Balakith Shield Bearers nowadays. Even though the Blackwatch Legion, they have the highest mass in the game. They're a very small unit. So you can't do something like this with them. Whereas I think the Balakith Shield Bearers they've still got the numbers to do something like that. Holy smokes. Just yeeting even Dunedain captains and Hearthguard getting thrown around by that charge. But they're in there now, and we need more troops. Okay. Oh, wow. Good stuff, Blue Ranger. Yeah, just sort of really spreading them out. Don't just make a spearhead. Make an absolute, clear front line. And that's actually, let's close in. That's kind of blocked off these Uruk-hai and spears. Yeah, very nice. He's absolutely bisected that position. But we need troops to fill it up now. Announcer likes the attacker's chances. I'm getting a bit worried. Citadel Guard are here. Do we still have ammunition to spend? We do. Oh god. That's very daunting. We want the Fountain Guard forward. We really do, but I mean, there comes a time maybe when you've just got to get them up. Because, they're needed on the front line here. Temple Executioners, they must have made it. They're going to be hurt, but they've made it. I don't know exactly where they are. Those Blackguard bolting out. They usually will. They put themselves through so much morale shock actually doing their job that usually when they're finished, they're either wiped out or broken. So that leaves the duty to the Gondorians to fill up the gaps made by the Blackguard. And they are doing so quite nicely. Maybe a little bit slower than what we needed. But they're up there now. Okay. Yeah, a lot of men routing off down now. That's a shame. 90 unit of Gondorian infantry. Holy smokes. That's not what we want to see. Definitely not. But the Hearthguard, I mean, they're not made for melee. They're spearmen at the end of the day. So they're not going to be racking up a massive kill count. But they're not going to go down easy. Very nice elderly men of veteran fighters. Not elderly men. Veteran fighters of Amon Sul. And the Warhammers, glorious, victorious Warhammers. Of course, the victory was all to them. It wasn't the rear shots from the gatekeepers. They were the ones that wiped out the hostile hammerers of the Alvelin men. Yeah, I think we can start to move even more over there now. Warns of Tir and Gorthad, if they get set up, holy smokes! If they get set up and there isn't like a phalanx to deal with them, that's gonna be a beautiful sight. And yeah, this is flat enough ground. This is flat enough ground for a phalanx, I feel. Grathlo Trackers doing their best. Oh, Garrison Archers actually still had ammo. I thought they were done. Shooting these spearmen in the back. Oh, this is where you'd want fire ammunition. But, as I say, the only fire archer unit that Cardolan has is the Hearthguard of Amon Sul. And you always put your general in the Hearthguard of Amon Sul, so you never get to use fire arrows. This is maybe something that I would really like. I'd love if Menheriath archers could use fire ammunition. I feel like they're off good, skill. But I guess then, yeah, if you're doing that, then how can you justify Gondorian archers not having fire ammunition? It's meant to be you know, we're really meant to limit it. You know, it's not meant to be that everybody, it's just like a good quality archer can do it. It's meant to be the best quality archer in that army can do it. That's I think the deal generally. So the Hearthguard of Amon Sul, they are the best quality archer. So well, anyway, we can all wonder what might be one day. Still, there's still Gondorian archers on the front line here, surprisingly. You know, we really used those archers to make the initial assault, so I'm surprised to see them still around. Warns of Tyr and Gorthad getting forward unmolested right now. If they get 93 of them forward untouched, then that's going to be horrific. We've got a push here from Blue Ranger. Shots coming to the back of the Blackguard. Ah, oh, dude, there's so many... Oh, this is where the Temple Executioners went. And they're having a good victory here, actually. But those spearmen are not going to go down too easy. The Geltsmen need to turn their asses around. But even if they do falter, there are so many Urukai that I just don't think Blue Ranger is going to get over here. Still, I think it's a good idea to pressure this side. And I like that the attackers are doing it. Yeah, I would have really wanted to see all sides pressured. I'll talk about it more at the end of the battle, but I really would have liked to see all sides pressured, especially at this point, where you can be attacking right there, you can be attacking here, and you can be attacking here. But for all I know, this bridge is inaccessible. They may well have tried to come across there. I can't say for certain. Oh, that's not a pretty sight. For the defenders, anyway. For the attackers, yeah, the Fountain Guard, Citadel Guard, this is what Bilbo was waiting for. Now he can really send forward his cream of the crop, because he no longer has to worry about the gatekeepers shredding them. But still, that's a nice beefy halberd unit. They're not really going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Fountain Guard, of course, but they can do something. Once they get up there, providing some help to the Warhammers, the Dunedain Captains, and the Hearthguard of Amon Sul. Jesus, this is an elite defensive line for Cardolan. KE Mob could really do with maybe sending over one unit of Bane Guard or Spear Guard or something. But what I'd really want to do if I was KE Mob is just come crashing on down onto Mordor and just overwhelm them, overflow. Just throw these poor Blackguard around and blast them back. Rifle trackers. Ooh. Buff. Right into their backs. Good. Something, I'll probably put in a proper request for this at some point, but something I would really quite like, as like, you know, celebratory shenanigans. We are coming up to New Year again, and hopefully I will be able to get a New Year battle done. Now, but I may not be able to. They come along once in a while. They're not very common fights. So what I want from a New Year battle is really a long one. You know, I can't remember how many frames my last New Year battle was. When I put out a proper request, I'll have all the information sorted. But like, I want something that is really going to take me 2 hours to record. Like, that would be great. Something that I can really have a big bottle of wine and just glug away while I'm playing. Something quite good, you know. If you sent in to Scout or Umad, that's okay. Like with that sort of battle, like I don't mind. So that'll be okay. So a nice long one, kind of pretty close, like, you know, as close as a normal battle's gotta be, and as long as it's not a boring fight, you know, like sometimes we get these like 2-hour fights, but it's you know, most of the fight nothing happens. You know, you're kind of just staring at each other for 2 hours. I'm not looking for something like that. I'm wanting like a longer, drawn out 2-hour engagement or something, and doesn't have to be the most edge of your seat gameplay, because I'll be drunkenly rambling around and hopefully providing entertainment that way. And yeah, so that's something that I'll be putting out a request for soon. But if anybody's got anything that you think could be a lot of fun, just send it my way, and just let me know. Hey, dude, this is a long one. You might want to save this for something special. And there doesn't need to just be one New Year battle, of course. I'll if I get a few nice ones coming in, I'm like, oh jeepers, these could be good. I'll do a few Bev battles. That could be a lot of fun. Anyway, Guildsman here, cracking on down. But as I say, I hope to be able to get one myself because then I can talk about the agony of losing or the glory of winning the fight throughout. Or toward the end, of course, too. I don't want to spoil anything. Spearman here, bashing on in. I just kind of thought it's my first of my days off today, so I'm thinking about getting drunk. So that's why it popped up in my head. Spearman. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird trying to fix my brain sometimes because we've got orcs and humans and orcs on both sides. So I'm seeing these moments where the Minheriath spear is staring into the eyes of the Uruk-hai infantry. I'm like, are they about to fight? No, they're on the same side. What's going on here? Oh, announcer's not so cocky now, are ya? Announcer's starting to be a bit worried. Hey, fresh. Yeah, so you can see, perhaps somebody can sort of time how long that took, but they went from very tired to fresh. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an absolutely horrendous amount of time, was it? Maybe I am exaggerating a little bit. They took a while, but maybe I'd like to see that happen a little bit faster. The amount of sacrifices that were made in order to let them heal up, well, rest up, was quite substantial. But yeah, Fountain Guard working their way to the front line. Yeah, there's Fountain Guard and Citadel Guard forward now. And jeepers sake, if they just weren't fighting the Warrens of Tir and Gorthad and the Tharbad Warhammers, maybe this could be going okay. I would get the Milothian Honor Guard up here now. Do we have them forward? They're coming up now. But we need a true elite. Yeah, they're coming in. We need a true bodyguard tier unit because there's far too much Cardolan quality here to even rely on the Citadel Guard and Fountain Guard, who are uber tier units anyway, or not uber, but great tier units anyway. When I say uber elites, I'm kind of referring to like the Glade Masters, or preferably stuff like the Noldor Blade Masters. You know, the real cream of the crop, or the Imladris, the Gwathi Meridain, the Gwathi Arthand, you know. That's what I like to classify as uber elites. You know, the guys, usually the elves, that are just a step above everything else. That's what I go for with that. Oh, cool, these guys sort of have, like, war picks. Never really... Oh, wait, oh, no, it's sort of like a war pick. Cool. I like war picks. That used to be my go-to in like Mountain Blade a lot of the time, and it's my go-to when it comes to Mordhau, like Mordhau horde modes. The horde mode in Mordhau, I like to just grab that. It's a pitchfork. It's not really a war pick, but I like to grab that pitchfork early on and just jab all the attacking forces right in the eyes. That's my go-to. This is a bolt. This is a big bolt. Oh god, no. Okay, it's just the Gondorian spears, but that's a big unit of Gondor. The Gondorian morale has been a bit shoddy here today. A bit shoddy from Gondor, after I was like talking up their effectiveness at the start of this. But the Fountain Guard are doing their best. They're shaking though. Shaking Fountain Guard. Where's the Milothian Honor Guard? Where the hell are you? Are they up here or not? I don't even know where they are. Yeah, they must be at the front line now. Fountain Guard there, we need them forward. Nimlothian Honor Guard. Yeah, they must be in the front line. But where? Guards of Asgiliath, Citadel Guard, Fountain Guard. I'm not seeing any Nimlothian Honor Guard. Where are they? Dude, no. Yeah, I see. I think they went over there. No, they needed to be with the line. They needed to be with the bulk of the forces. I guess, like, it was probably a case of Bilbo was like, you know, we're not getting through here. I'll just, like, fight to the end. So he sent over his elites to come through here, where the defense was a lot more, like, fragile, a lot... You know, I guess it was kind of like, okay, they've got all their elites over here. We'll come in with our elites on this side, and we'll shatter them. I get that thinking, but... yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going not too bad here, but the Gondorians needed boys over this way. Gondorian infantry, and that's after I do this battle, I'll go and watch Bilbo's fight, because I've actively avoided Bilbo's video just to make sure that I didn't really know what I was coming into. So after this, I'll go and watch what Bilbo was talking about this fight and see what he was thinking, because I think it's there's always a lot to be gained from that. There's still some Rangers. Holy smokes. There's still 32 Dunedain Rangers. They've been in that fight for a while. Anyway, so the Lothian Honor Guard have now arrived. And they should be able to bash through this. A lot of the Cardolan forces are really badly hurt. The range, the Wardens of Tyr and Gorthad, and there's still 85 Wardens there. God damn. Vanguard are kind of loving it, though. Vanguard are really enjoying that fight now. Yeah, they've gotten themselves in a rhythm. Dude, when good quality halberds get themselves into a rhythm, and there's a full unit of Fountain Guard coming back up now. Can we get some cycle charging going on? Close range cycle charging with the Glade Masters. Maybe even... Oh, no, that's such a long run, and they'd be able to react to it, but like running around here and coming in, bang, hitting the Bane Guard from the front, but you wouldn't be able to do that fast enough to catch them off guard. There's still the Berserkers. If I was KE Mob, I think KE Mob's been really just passive this battle. He needs to be more active. I would get these those Berserkers, get them strunted on in, because we need something more over here, dude. I would grab everything now and actually just come crashing on down. You don't need to really keep anything in reserve at this point. Fountain Guard are cracking in. They're actually really having a good fight. Wardens of Tyr and Gorthad are even really struggling. I guess it's the lack of armor piercing from the pikes, but even then it's... You know, I just felt there would be more than enough here for the Fountain Guard to really struggle. Citadel Guard as well. They're doing really well. I guess there's so much armor piercing on the Gondorian side of things that the Cardolan men are just really having a lot of difficulty. What do we have here? Here we garrison archers now. Garrison archers pulling back. 68. It's just numbers at the end of the day. 12. Yeah, these guys, they're fully rested now. Get them in. Oh. He's still firing arrows. Goodness me. Crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. How is this going at this point, then? Still, Fountain Guard are loving it. Fountain Guard are really enjoying that fight. That's the General. Cardolan General on the front lines now. I like his helmet. I say helmets are a big deal for me. I don't know if that's been made clear yet or not, but I really do enjoy looking at helmets. How are the Gatekeepers faring? Oh, down to 18 now. I was interested to see how the Gatekeepers would do up against like the Fountain Guard. Fountain Guard, of course, superior, but you know, it's not super cut and dry. There's a Tyr Gorthad there, yeah, having a lot of difficulty. We don't even really have too many of them Lothian Honor Guard on the front line now. Actually, yeah, no, we're seeing a few of them making their way up now. That is probably something that's helping to turn the tide. If we can get these guys unleashing, damn it. I was hoping they'd still have a few more shots. For the defender's sake, of course. What are things going on over here? Spear Guard. Oh, goodness me, some of those spearmen getting stabbed in the back. It's actually going really well for the attackers. I think... Actually, shoot. I had this explained to me. I think that there was a disconnect from Isengard at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did actually say that. Still, this is stuff that they've got to break through. So, yeah, that's still stuff they have to fight their way through. That's the Cardolan General killed. So, yeah, stabbing away. Yeah, the issue is because I get stuff sent to me a lot sooner than I'll actually record it. A lot of the time the stuff that you guys tell me about the battle, I might end up forgetting it, or I forget to look at it just before the battle starts. So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that was said to me, that he lagged out during the fight. But still, that's a lot that they've got to fight through. A lot of Isengard forces. I think... Looking at this, I think Gondor is actually going to be victorious here because the elites of Cardolan are just about expended. And then it's just a bit of fodder still to go. But the question is, I think there's going to be very little of Gondor left after they do that. And then they've still got to blast their way through all of these Berserkers and the Bane Guard. The Reavers have come on in there now. As soon as something gets touched, it's going to react. It's going to charge. Okay, that's the enemy general for Dorwinon. The only thing that can really abuse like an AFK player would be cavalry. So if they want to be sneaky, if they want to save those Glade Lords, they could do that. But I think the Glade Lords have already suffered quite a bit. Being stuck in now, the Glade Masters. But yeah, Reavers are going to do their very best. Come smashing into those guys. Yeah, if he loses those Glade Lords, that removes that ability. And they'll have to fight their way through them. Alright. The Nimlothian Honor Guard, still 60 Nimlothian Honor Guard. Okay, actually. It's just the Wardens left. A few Gatekeepers, a handful of Captains up here. Captains, yeah, no, defeat is certain up there. Thought that was different for a second. Actually, some Guards of Osgiliath still alive. Hearthguard or two. Oh, one, actually, sorry. A Hearthguard. And yeah, they're gaining ground. You can see all of these gosh damn corpses. That's frightening. Oh, a catapult crew just stuck over here. Poor little man. Yeah, gaining ground. Gaining ground. Standing there. It's just going to be... Because all that Isengard can do is have one unit coming in at a time. That's all they've got. Minhirath spears falling back to the town centre. The Berserkers there. Ugh. Now the thing is, of course, with an AFK, Gondor can come through here and just claim the centre, which might be what he does, of course. And the AFK ally will not react to that. Pushing on in now, yeah, just breaking through the lines, making sure that the pikes can't really have the fight that they want at the end of this. Just basically, yeah, get right up in their face. Bloodied Nimlothian Honor Guard, though. A few more of them dropping there. Hammer Guard there. Oh, sorry, Hammer. Warhammer. Getting cracking right into that poor guy's back as he tries to stab away at a captain. That's him killed there, that poor guard of Osgiliath. But yeah, no, that's been a very, very bloody assault on this side. But yeah, I think that the shooting platform of that position is quite interesting because they can really punish you, but being up there, you're so exposed. So it's, yeah, it's one of those high risk, high reward sorts of positions. Okay, Isengard's actually flooding on forward now. Maybe he's not AFK? No, I don't. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just very passive. Yeah, those Berserkers are coming on in now and bashing this through. Yeah, and yeah, no, he's pulling these guys back. No, I don't think he is AFK. I think he is here. He's just really hyper passive. So he's probably, you know, going back and forth to his computer or something like that. Happens sometimes, as I say. The boys have busy lives. But yeah, not too many Glade Lord left. Only a few Executioners now. And once they're done good, these Bane Guard are coming on over. It's 116 Bane Guard. Trying to deal with what's left of Gondor. Guildsmen there. I'd probably just, yeah, if I was Mirko, I would just hang back. Just rest. Rest as best you can. Citadel Guard coming forward now. Now, if this force is careful, those Fountain Guard... Yeah, it's, I mean, the Bane Guard can come crashing right into the front of a unit of Fountain Guard. It's, I don't know how effective that's really going to be. 116 of them. Nimlothian Honor Guard are actually leading the way with the General. Oh, dear. Now, the General's not really going to take a charge too well. General definitely doesn't want to be right. Oh, my God. Okay, maybe he does. Team, don't do this. General, please. General. No. Oh, God. Yeah, he's going to go down. He's definitely going to go down. Right, yeah, so he's seen that. He's trying to pull his General out. Oh, dearie me, General. We respect and adore your bravery, but that was bold. That was bold beyond sense. But no, there's nothing really over here. Yeah, the Berserkers sorted that situation out. They were strong enough to get that done. There's anything more now. Bane Guard are actually winning for a moment. I think that's going to change once the Fountain Guard get properly set up. Yeah, okay, that's gone now. But if those Bane Guard just hold them back... Yeah, if they just hold them back for a little bit longer... That's Dorwinon gone. And now Mob can just gather his entire mob and just rush back to the center. I like that bloodied banner. That's cool. So many half-orcs. Oh god, so many half-orcs. And berserkers, of course, still. And of course the berserkers are not really going to mind all the armor piercing that's left for Gondor. I'm actually... Why is that still defeat is certain? That's strange. Yes, and... Yep. But yeah, I would have thought the Fountain Guard would have been ravaging these poor guys. They're really not. Gondorian spears on the flank. I guess it's like they're really warmed up, whereas all of Gondor is exhausted. Like, that does have an effect. It's not a drastic effect, but it's present. What could be kind of cool is holding them in place there and then having a unit here shoot at them. Or, like, throw jabs at them, even. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a place that you can hold. It's just the early stages when the attackers are, like, shooting at you and everything like that. I think it can be very, very frightening. So, all in all, though, I think the defenders can be pretty damn happy with themselves. And especially Mirko, of course. Can be very, very chuffed with how he's held this. Oh, I love that. Oh, okay. I would carry that on. I would grab one of these units of Isengard and charge them up behind them, in all honesty. Come on, dude. You can do it. I wouldn't take everything. I'd take most of my forces and probably come in the front, because those Isengard are not going to last forever. But yeah, that's super. I like that a lot. I didn't think of that. But yeah, they need to move. They're going to have to be sprinting the whole way. Unless we've got anything more to assist this force. So those Isengard are doing their very best, but they are going to get ravaged. Oh, this is the final bridge. And again, like, just one unit, like here. I kind of want to play Rivendell on, like, small unit sizes. That could be really fun. Just, like, really, really low. Just so you can position yourself properly in these tight spaces. That could be a lot of fun. I've always thought about doing, like, smaller unit size battles and, like, oh, hey, dude. Yeah, and just having them be, like, on some of these more, like, lesser used maps, a bit more tricky to maneuver around, and yeah, just see how that goes. But yeah, on smaller unit scales, it really just changed the game, like, a lot. But I would only really want to do a small unit scale. Well, I mean, you could do like it could be like a cityscape. There's a few cityscapes I think could be a lot of fun with, but yeah, it's an idea. It's an idea. Yeah, they're dying out now. Isengard running on over. But, Temple... Oh, wow. Oh, Blue Ranger trying to escape them. They're not going to make it, though. Guess, yeah, it's just, like, fresh. Winded now, whereas those guys are exhausted. They're going to get caught. That's, of course, one of the big things that you're affected by when you're exhausted. You are just so slow. These KE mobs actually pulled these guys back, which is interesting. Would have had them stay there in the fight, but I guess he feels some sympathy toward them, considering what they've gone through. Now, this might actually be planned out. They might actually, yeah, no, they might just want to hold them at that bridge, in all honesty. And KE mob might just be coming in with everything to slam their backs. Oh, the two Temple Executioners have been caught. I think that's a synchronized kill. No, it's not. Oh, God, he is pushed right to the edge of that waterfall. I'm trying to find a good spot to look at it. It's tricky. Under normal circumstances, this would be a good little fight for the Temple Executioner, but this badly outnumbered is not going to work out too well. And that's him as a goner. Yep, that was the last of Mordor too. That's him finished. So now it's just this Gondorian assault that is soon to be surrounded by the Uruk-hai. Or half-orcs. More, yeah, there's far more half-orcs. It's a really half-orc oriented force from Isengard today. So no, it's cool. I like that. More of a Dunland army than anything else. But we do have the General of Gondor still around. He's fighting 2-on-1 at the minute. He's got that little armor-piercing sword, so that's useful for sure. But I'm thinking he's gonna die surely, because this is some heavy hits he's taking. Goodness me, they're just they're bashing him up. They're bashing him up really badly. Are we gonna see him go down? Ooh, no, he needs to get a strike or two in. Okay, he is coming back at it. Nah, damn, dude. one of the Fountain Guard needs to come over here and help him out. Or his buddy, this Gondorian spearman, needs to get on over. He's knocked down. He's not out, though. He's still up. Maybe this could work for him. If he could do a one-on-one, he's fine. But this two-on-one thing is just ravaging him. Good, he's done. He's good, he's good. I think that's my word of the day, ravaging. I've been saying that a lot this battle. I always seem to do that. I pick one word and just my brain like locks onto it and just rattles it off. Good, yeah, so he did kill them both. He did. He just had to like hit the dirt first. Alright, Baneguard merging now. Only 2 more Baneguard left there now. The Spearman's still battling away with one of them. He's been keeping him back, but he just doesn't have the killing power to actually finish him off. This Fountain Guard should help him out though, and that should be it sorted. Really nice high definition shield there. Looks good. But yeah, apart from that, just holding. Oh. Have we... Yes, Mirko has given the order to charge. I think that's good, yeah. I would just gather everything here and just bolt across, because you're about to hit them there. You're really just sort of grabbing them in this slight little space. Does he have 2 units of Fountain Guard? Because you want 1 Fountain Guard forward, 1 Fountain Guard back. Yeah, it looks like the Northern Honor Guard are going to go for that side, but something needs to face the charging Guildsmen. Nothing's facing the charging Guildsmen, Bilbo. Bilbo, no! Maybe he's not really noticed it. Ooh, nobody likes a backstab. That's going to be pretty messy, but if the Spears and the Citadel Guard are doing this, that's fair enough. And now it is just this, oh good, like being a little elf and just sitting up here on this balcony, just watching this happen. Berserkers are mixed in amongst this force now. Let's try and find a good little spot. I don't actually know what the best position would be. Yeah, I think this side's going to break. Oh, I disagree with that, Bilbo. You need this held back. The Nimlothian Honor Guard, yeah, the Berserkers are not what the Nimlothian Honor Guard want to fight. They want to be fighting something heavy. They want to be using their armor piercing. Not that the Berserkers aren't heavy, I guess. They are pretty damn heavy creatures. The biggest of the Uruk-hai. A few of them fighting out in the water. The Spearman doing his best up against the Berserker. And actually, he's doing alright. The fact that he's survived this long. But the other Berserkers not even sort of involving themselves, just waiting. Stealthy Citadel Guard there, though. That's a break. Yeah, that's a break from behind. Guildsmen going to get in their backs now, alongside all of the fodder. And, surely the Gondorians are not long for this world. Yeah, just cracked it for both sides. A lot of armor piercing. I think, yeah, the defenders really did build their armies quite well. I'll chat a bit more about that at the end, generally. But no, super duper fight throughout. What do we end up with anyway? Jeez, it's pretty damn close, in all honesty. Well, what's left is just sort of the Baneguard. And a hell of a turnaround. Now, something I should state. Definitely, Blue Ranger could have been a lot more cruel with the catapult. He wasn't. Now, yeah, so had he been more cruel with the catapult, this battle would have been over before it really began. He could have just rained hell into the front lines. Now, I think that was maybe a rule against that. If there was, Blue Ranger was a very nice guy. Well, even if there wasn't, Blue Ranger was a very kind guy. Because, yeah, they were really punishing the defenders early on with their range fire. The defenders really did. They made the right choice, I think, for just tanking it. Let's go 2 times speed, I think. There's nothing else really going on elsewhere. Yeah, definitely the defenders made the right choice by just taking the fire, not by... there's only like 1 or 2 Nimlothian Honor Guard holding back the Cardolan attackers from behind. But yeah, I think they did a really, they made the right choice by just taking it, not really hurling your shots, your valuable ammunition out back at them. Mirko really was smart to just take it. Just, let them use up their ammo, and then we'll come at them. Perhaps some better positioning. And as I say, I would have definitely done a bit of a grace period. Just not a long grace, but I would have just had like a 2-minute grace at the start, just to shuffle the defender units around. Because the defenders will not have been able to deploy the way that they wanted at the start of that. there's it would have been too tricky to get everything positioned exactly. His general survived so long there. I'm really impressed with how long that general lasted. Yeah, he did very well. I don't know what's going on with my cursor today. It's being really weird. Just like latching onto a unit and carrying it around. But anyway, so that was great. I was really worried early on in that battle. I thought it was going to be like super one-sided, you know, because the attackers came in, they had already killed about 10% of the defenders, and they hadn't lost anybody. So I was sitting there like, sheepers, Bilbo, you've not sent me a one-sided battle, have you? But no, it was definitely it switched around, and I'd say really talking up Mirko today. But yeah, he was fantastic. He did very, very well, and I had some disagreements, of course, with KE Mob, but no, he carried it through in the end. Did everything he needed to do. Definitely sort of a newer dude, I think, but no, yeah, the remains coming on in now. So no, that was great, and it's nice to get a battle for this map done, because I've never done a battle on this map, even if it's definitely not the prime. So yeah, one thing I should state: Blue Ranger was the sponge. He was the damage sponge, so that's why his kills are a lot less. But yeah, zooming through the Midlothian Honor Guard, saved nicely. I would have loved to see the Midlothian Honor Guard come a little bit earlier. I think and come straight into here instead of coming into the other way. I'll watch the other video. Maybe there's some reasoning behind that. Fountain Guard, yeah, always going to be racking up some good kills. I don't actually take Citadel Guard myself, even though I know that they're pretty good. I just don't take them. And yeah, poor Guards of Osgiliath, that's surprising. But I guess heavily armoured enemy forces, yeah, Pikes are just never really going to do so great. And the Gondorian Archers, I guess at the end of the day, yeah, you see how many kills the Gondorian Archers got. Oh, both of them. What? That's kind of strange how close they got, how close they suffered sort of death-wise. But I guess so many were taken prisoner. No, I guess they just ran away. Good stuff. And the Gondorian infantry did not too bad. I'm feeling a sneeze coming, but yeah, so I'll push through. I think that, yeah, early on in the battle there was maybe some missteps. I think the attackers got a little bit too confident after how much damage they had done with their range units. I felt, I thought they had won at that point. I tried not to let on how much I thought they won, but I was like, damn, yeah, this is going to be a one-sided bloodbath. I'm sure the attackers had won. But I think that they became a little bit too cocky. I think they definitely should have come in multiple sides. I think that, yeah, forcing their efforts all through one real attack position. Occasionally it became two, but no, it was really only one. Was death. I always suggest try and come in as many positions as you possibly can. It just really benefits. Spreads the defender's micro, makes it more likely they're going to make a mistake. Makes it more likely they're going to forget something, so you can get your Witcher blast off, or you can get a volley or something. It's just, yeah, you can slip your Nazgul in where you need them to be. It's much better to do it that way, I feel. A lot of prisoners from the defenders. Sucks about the Royal Court. I would have loved to see them be used a bit, but they just, I was about to say used a bit better, but it's like, no, they were used as well as they could have possibly been used. But getting them outside would have been beautiful, but then the Glade Lords would have been right on them, so it's tough. Definitely a difficult map to use cavalry. I would probably just forgo cavalry myself, just like, nope, get out of here. But what would you take instead? Maybe some thieves, maybe? Well, they're not quite the same cost, but yeah, something like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a pretty good one. I'll mention again, for anybody that's still here, long battle. I'd really love one. Nice big one. So that I can sort of record it for a New Year's thing, or just a run up to New Year's. That'd be really fun. Right, see you guys. Thank you.